Hello, Louis. How are you, Sunshine? Hey, Louis, how's it going? You're muted, just so you know. Your microphone is off or on? Off. There you go.
Oh, now there we go.
Yay!
How are you,
Fantastic.
sir?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Had a great day today. Thanks for inviting us in, and looking forward to tonight's call.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. So, what made today great?
Well, may sound kind of crazy, but I drove 2.5 hour round trip just to take 45 minutes to work out with my son. But that to me that means everything.
Right.
People do crazy things to be successful. Part of success is having a great family, and to me, that's definitely worth it. So that right there made my day great.
Oh, great. Good. Good. And my mother-in-law would completely agree with you, by the way. She does a lot of crazy things just to be near us as well. All right, I want to welcome all of you to our team call. Tonight we are going to be hanging out again with the 90-day game plan. I believe we are at week 4, the 90-day game plan. Tonight is about connecting. So I have a lot of different suggestions and ideas on how to connect with people. We're going to ask each of you to participate as well. If you are following along in your book, it's page 12 of the 90-day game plan. Look for that. And we're going to really be rocking and rolling with that. Also, in Game Changers Biz, I just posted a picture just minutes before about different things to post. And we're going to be talking quite a bit about Facebook and how to use Facebook to really build your business and never run out of friends. Louis, would you like to speak before or after the 90-day? Completely up to you.
I think maybe afterwards.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
great.
that'd be great. Thanks.
All right, wonderful. So everybody hang on to the full hour like you always do. Thank you for that. Louis Mancha is going to be coming on, and I believe most of you have heard him speak and met him at Celebration. I'll do his intro in just a few minutes, but Louis is one of those people, when he starts to speak, it's like E.F. Hutton. When he starts to speak, everyone stops and listens. So make sure that you stay on and listen to that. So guys, we're going to continue on with the 90-day game plan, and I want to get your feedback. There's some specific questions in there for each one of you. And so go ahead and raise your hand and help me answer these questions. Yes, baby. This is Cooper, if you don't know Cooper.
Can me in front of me?
Yes, that's fine. All right, great. So today's all about connecting. So go ahead and take a look at those questions and kind of get familiar with what we're going to go over. But we can't do this business without connecting, right? This is all about sharing and sharing your excitement. I know some of you are just starting on the program. Let's go ahead. We'll have you guys mute out if you don't mind. See if I can help with that. We'll just have you guys mute out. If you guys have any questions, certainly unmute. And then as we bring you in to answer those questions, just go ahead and unmute your microphone. But connecting is what this whole business is about. It is about sharing your passion, your excitement, your love for all different reasons. And you just really want to reach out to people. There's multiple ways of reaching out to people. So let's just go ahead in the chat box. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Stacia. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Annie. In your chat box, go ahead and start typing up some of the different ways that you reach out and you connect with people. I'll give you guys some different ways of doing it to get you started. So we got private messages through Facebook, right? We have meetings, lunch. We have tasting parties. All right, how else do you guys reach out to people? What are some different things? Connect, tucked in line at the grocery store. Excellent. All right, go ahead, type some different things in. Welcome, Kate. Oh, we have 2 Kellys. Welcome, both Kellys. Hello, Sally. So glad you guys are here. Jim chats. Excellent.
Find out eventually and disappear.
All right, what else do you guys do to connect? I know so many of you do. Facebook power posts. Absolutely. Good. Let's get them thinking and talking to you, and then you pick it up privately. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and just mute some of you, but there we go. Thank you for doing that. All right, parent pickup. Absolutely. That's a good one, Beth. That's a very powerful one. If you have children at a school and you have the ability to pick them up and hang out with the other parents, that is a great time because you're the walking billboard. They know you, you're approachable, and it's just easy to kind of have some of those conversations. Even though it's busy, it's still a great time. And busy is good. Never worry about being in a hurry or being busy, because really, we don't want to share a ton of information. We just want to find out they're interested in what, and then send them a tool. All right, connect, voice text, join new groups, add value to them, connect, parties, events. Talk to someone I've never met about common interests and pick up conversation from there. Excellent. Okay, you guys are all right on track. So that's perfect. So what we're trying to do whenever you're connecting with someone is you really want to find that common interest. What is that common thing that you guys have? Is it a mutual friend? Is it a common interest? Is it a common location? You just kind of have to ask some questions if you don't know. If you do know what it is, bring it up. Let them know, hey, have you talked to so-and-so recently? Or, hey, I just got back from the gym. Did you go to the gym today? Or, you know, I just went hiking over the weekend. Have you done anything recently? Bring up that conversation, because immediately when you put them at ease, or excuse me, when you get that mutual connection going, their wall goes down. Has anyone ever felt nervous about being the salesperson? Be honest, go ahead, right? Or they run away from you at the grocery store or at the parent pickup line or somewhere like that. They're like, oh my gosh, they're going to come after me and try and make me do isogenics, right? Has anyone ever worried about that? I mean, I'm going to be honest, I have. and that's okay. That's perfectly fine to feel that way. But however, we have a lot of tools and techniques to not have us be that way. So there's always someone in the group that always ask me, well, how do you not be that person? And it's really as simple as don't be that person. Just don't be that person. Come up with a common ground, come up with a common interest, whatever that is, and just really speak heart to heart. Look at them in the eye and really kind of figure out what it is that makes them tick. What's the trigger? And keep asking questions. Remember, you want to be interested versus interesting. And that is so important with what we do. So the more questions you ask, the more you're going to find that common ground, the more you're going to find what really excites them, the easier it is to weave isogenics into that conversation, right? You don't want to weave it too much. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 times at the most, depending on your relationship with them in one conversation. But as soon as you get to that point, and you find out if it's an interest to them, then the conversation can just take off. But that's how you start a conversation. And too many times, we just kind of jump the gun. Has anyone ever jumped the gun and you went right into it? And they just looked at you like, dude, I just wanted to chat with you. I just wanted to have a conversation. I really didn't want to hear about your sales pitch. Has anyone ever gone too fast, too soon? Right? It happens. Don't worry about it if it happens. Know that feeling. Feel it on your shoulder. Feel it in your neck, right? Feel that so that next time that comes around, you remember that feeling and you don't go that direction. All right, so it's okay to do that. I've done it. I did it in Vegas. Brad had to like pull me off of a guy. I'm like, but baby, I just did 4 days of listening to all kinds of exciting things that I want to share. And we just listened to Tony Robbins today. How can I not? Right? It happens to all of us. But if you feel that and that happens, then just kind of quickly back off just a little bit and bring it right back to that mutual connection that you have. So they begin to love, trust, and respect you again. So that's kind of belly to belly situation. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the other things you guys talked about. Voice text. Annie, can you get off your microphone and share what you would share on a voice text? While you're doing that, join new groups. So joining new groups is so important. If you guys have outside passion and interest, it is extremely important if you want to really build your network and really build the amount of people to talk to. Because again, we're just trying to fill this funnel, right? Get a huge funnel of people so that as soon as they have an interest in what we do, they fall through the cracks, they know exactly who to connect with, and that's you. Right? But we have to have this huge funnel in order to make that happen. So the more groups you're involved with, the more people, the more, any community that you can be involved with, the better. However, you cannot start off with trying to sell them because you will come across as the salesperson and they just won't be interested. You have to find that common ground, even if it's a group of 1, 2, 3, 5,000 people. They figure it out. People are very smart. So find that new group, that passion, try to get in there, do some posts, answer some questions, just kind of like we have people do with Game Changers Healthy Living, right? We're just trying to have them come in, ask their questions, fall in love. You do the same thing in these new groups. And then as they pull or you peel back the onion on people or you find their trigger, that's when you can bring Isogenics in. All right, you'll feel the moment. You really, truly need to feel the moment before you go that direction. And you can do it both publicly or privately. It does work both ways. However, private is best. Like Damon is super good at doing his power Facebook posts, but then he draws them in and connects them privately. So that's really, really great to do that. All right, Annie, how do you connect with people on voice text?
Hi, everyone. So with voice text, I absolutely love this form of connecting. People can hear the sincerity in your voice, and they can tell if you're in a rush. They can tell if you really care. And I feel you could just project a lot more of what you feel through voice. So, for instance, texting, if they have the option to kind of send a voice text, I'll send a voice text for sure. And there are times where, maybe I don't feel like doing it and I just kind of have a moment and I say no. Would I like to have a voice text from somebody? Absolutely. I love hearing people's voices. So I just take a minute, I regroup, and then I get present and I send a voice text. I also do that through private message. I have been implementing that practice, and I can't say how many people. I have more than 5 people that actually told me, that went back and sent me a voice, and they're like, man, I've never done this before. This is so neat. So I taught them something, which is incredible, and it got them out of their zone. So then that helps us to connect a little bit because they're like, what else can she show me? So if you guys, I want to challenge each and every one of you to send either a voice text or a voice through private message. And I promise you guys are going to continue to attract people that are looking for something. They're looking for that next best thing. It's kind of like a new toy, like, ooh, this was fun. And it kind of excites them. It really goes in, everybody's kind of stagnant every day. And then they do something new and it's just like, ooh, that was exciting. So I challenge you guys to do that at least once this week.
Oh, I love that challenge. I'm going to go for it. Thank you, Annie. Going back on that, guys, Annie is so right on with that, and she's so good at putting that out there. People want to love, trust, and respect people that they're going to do business with, or if they're going to trust you to get a referral from you or something like that. So hearing your voice, seeing your smile, feeling your heart, and the care that you have for someone is so important. So anytime you guys can do either a true visual of yourself and them, or your voice, please do that. And that can be through live video, through the voice text, through video on private message, through Zoom calls, any which way you can, even just leaving a short little video and copying and pasting that out. Hey, can we all take a quick break, just real quick? We have a brand new mama on the phone. I mean, she literally gave birth today. Today. Oh my gosh. Sherry Dunaway and Tony Dunaway had their baby boy today. Ezekiel Banner, what a beautiful name, and he's absolutely gorgeous. I really, truly can't believe that you're on the call, Sherry. That is a true mama for you. So if you guys all want to unmute real quick and yell out congratulations. Very special.
Congratulations.
Woohoo! Good going.
Sherry, absolutely beautiful. Great job with the birth and everything. And again, you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. So Sherry will obviously be connecting with people while she's at the hospital, right? Everyone knows that's going to happen. And I'm sure Tony will be talking to them about her ISA baby and the recovery and everything to go with that. The opportunities are unlimited. The amount of people that you can meet and connect with are so unlimited. You just really have to take that moment. And I think I posted it today or I read it yesterday. I don't remember. I'll look. But every moment is an opportunity. Don't keep it to yourself. Always share, because we really truly don't know how we're going to share and change someone's life. Sally, I know you haven't been on our team calls before, but if I could have Sally just say hi real fast. Sally gave me a call today. She did a post in Game Changers and then on my personal page. Sally has been a type 2 diabetic for a while now and really concerned about losing her weight and looking at gastric bypass and all kinds of different things. And she called and I'm like, Sally, I'm so glad you called. And we've been talking for a long time. She's a consultant. She's been bringing her friends and family. But today her doctor called her, or yesterday, I think it was today. Sally, what did your doctor tell you and how did that make you feel? Let's see if we can get her on. If you're there, Sally, go ahead and join in. I do not think you're muted. Interrupt me, Sally. So I will go ahead and tell your story until you interrupt me. Sally got a call today, and I've asked Sally to post this because how many of you have received a call from your doctor or your doctor's office? And this was personally from her doctor. And she was nervous. She was scared. She did not want to call him back. He kept calling for a week. All right, has anyone ever been nervous about taking that phone call? Because how often is that not good news, right? That's not, you really don't want to pick up the phone from your doctor, right? I got to talk to you. Her doctor called her personally because he's so impressed with her numbers, her thyroid, her diabetic numbers, everything, that he wanted to call her up and tell her to keep doing what she's doing because it is so amazing and everything looks so fantastic. So she was so scared to pick up that phone call, and it was the most fantastic call. And all that was Sally was watching our Facebook posts and seeing what's going on. We have a very large love, trust, and respect for each other over the last 20 years. And she knew what we were doing here. She wanted to find out more. We got her started, and just bam, immediately her whole life changed. So we always have to connect with people, even if it's those moments. We've got Mary Kay and Christina on. Go ahead and wave, guys. I think you just turned your video off, but turn that back on and wave. I did not want to say anything the day that I met Christina. All right, we went into the bank. I was in a little bit of a bad mood because we lost a house we were trying to get, and I was just a little grumpy. And hey, Christina, hey, Mary Kay. She started asking me questions, and she was leading me in the direction of giving me the opportunity to share what I do.
You would have
I'm going to mute you guys just for a second. And she gave me an opportunity to go there, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm just so tired and I'm grumpy. I really don't want to go there. And then all of a sudden something happened. And I'm like, I don't know if God spoke to me or what happened, but something happened, and I'm like, I do isogenics. She's like, oh, you do isogenics. I love isogenics. I'm all into that. Where did they go? I'm going to turn them back on now. Are you there, Christina?
We're going to even do that.
Are you there, Christina?
Yeah.
They are busy making their plan.
So we'll just do the gold one.
All right, I'll unmute you. You can unmute yourself if you're ready. And who would love to have Christina and Mary Kay on their team, right? I almost gave up that opportunity. Her boss sells isogenics. Her boss could have easily taken her over. That was a choice that I had to make. So no matter what's going on with us, it's not about us. It is about them. And we always have to remember that no matter what is happening. All right, so there's a lot of different ways to connect with people, but mainly you've got to find it in your gut. You have to find it down below and really intensely to be able to muster it up. Has anyone ever had that feeling? You're nervous, you're scared, you just don't want to go there. Anyone ever had that? Did you get past it, and was it one of your best conversations? Go ahead and unmute. All right, Damon, you've got one.
I got quite a few. So actually, my first one ever that I called a guy, one of my former football buddies in Indy. He lives in Indy now. We played at Ball State together, and he nervous. I mean, I was just nervous, but it was a great, probably hour conversation we had. So yeah, I've had quite a few of those.
Yeah, it happens. Let's see. I think very good. Thank you, Damon. Aaron, did you raise your hand on that one? Aaron, was that you that raised your hand on that one too?
There was one. It was like 2 weeks ago. It was a gentleman we met in a restaurant, and we were both kind of talking, and it kind of came up where he was frustrated with his job, and I mean, it was just eating at me, and I'd already paid the bill, and it almost got to be where it was a little awkward, but I ended up starting the conversation, and he actually came to a tasting, and we're still kind of in communication, but he actually came to my mom's house for a tasting over that, so you never know. I mean, all the signs were there. It was just me dragging my feet, honestly.
Right? And you didn't know him before, right?
No, I did not know.
A complete stranger. And it's those complete strangers that change your world. While you're changing theirs, they're also changing your world. So yeah, you got to be open. Very good, Aaron. All right, Louis, I know you want to speak. I keep seeing you raise your hand.
Yeah, I did. It's I had that same scared feeling just here very recently. I've got a young man that works with me in the restaurant named Jonathan. Just one of the greatest young men that you'll ever meet. Very well mannered, polite, willing to help people, greatest smile in the world. So I knew he was brought up by some great parents. And when he told me that his father had just retired from the Department of Defense, and and was wondering what he was going to do. And, that was my scared feeling at that point. I said, well, I've got something, do I tell him to tell his dad about me? So it was almost like a sick feeling to my stomach. I was so scared to say it. And believe it or not, after I told him, hey, just tell your dad I want to talk to him, boy, he went right home and told his dad. And, his dad came in to see me. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the restaurant the time I said I was going to be there. But, we ended up talking, and, we got together and talked a little bit. And, boy, I was terribly scared. But come to find out that, they needed exactly what we have to offer. Exactly what we have to offer, and I'm proud to say that Ken Baum is part of my team and is on the call with us tonight. So that's my scared feeling at that time. But, man, go for it. Don't run away from it. Accept it and take it to heart and run with it, because you never know how it's going to work. Because, boy, I'll tell you what, I'm so proud to have him on the team with me, and we just got great things getting ready to happen.
That's right. Very good, Louis. And there's Ken. He's on right now. Ken, I'm going to be unmuting you. You are just receiving your pack right now, but immediately you did have that interest when Louis brought this up to you. Your wife is starting the product, you're starting it, your son is starting it. Are you, I'm completely putting you on the spot, and you're brand new to our team, but I know you can handle it. Are you thankful? Do you see a really good situation coming to your way since Louis has presented this to you?
Absolutely. The whole family's going to try it. We do, we do look forward to seeing results. And from there, we're going to move forward to be part of the team.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Ken. All right. And one last one. Jody, you've got a nice little superstar who's on the phone right now with us as well, Kelly. Was Kelly a situation that you had a little bit of nervousness about talking to, or how did that begin?
Well, actually, no, because with Kelly, she's a good friend. I worked with her, and she's just, I don't know, she's one of those salt of the earth people. And so talking to her about it, no, because I know she's real health conscious, and I thought that she would rather have a shake than a little can of tuna fish at lunchtime. And I had to work on her for a little bit though, because she was like, oh, I want to try it, but it took her a while, and now she has, and now she loves everything, and just all of it, the products and the culture.
Great. But Thank you for that, Jody. But one thing to point out, sometimes even though they're great friends of yours, it still can be a little tricky bringing up the subject and talking about it. Did you have any nervousness, or were you just good?
Well, with her, I didn't. With a lot of other people that I know, yes. Kelly's kind of she's different, but so she was very easy for me. But when it comes to a lot of other friends, it's like they just kind of are like you were talking about. It's like, oh gosh, is she going to talk to me about isogenics? Oh no. So I've backed off on a lot of that. And I figure, as you say, they're still watching. People will come around in their time. And once they start asking me, then I'll talk to them again.
Exactly. Good. Very good. All right. If anyone else wants to share a quick story, please let us know. Go ahead and interrupt me if that's the case. But connecting with people is really, truly what we do. That is our job. Every time I reach out to Damon and congratulate him or give him some kudos, you know what his response is every single time? I'm just doing my job. And thank you so much for that, because it is so true. That is our job. And it's it is an inner thing. And if it's not in you yet, just open up your heart, open up your mind, pray, meditate, whatever it is that you do, and allow those feelings to come into you, because it's so important that we do our best to get that feeling so that we can just connect with people no matter what the situation is, because we don't know what they're going through. We have no idea what's going on in their land, even if you do know them well. And so as we continue to connect with them, show them what's going on with us, what's involved with our community, they're going to find something that we have that they're looking for, or you're going to help them find it for them. But we have to continue to put it out there. And just, in very nice, easy conversation ways, if they're friends with you. If you're only going to meet them once and you only have that one time, you've got to make it meaningful. And making it meaningful, like we talked about in the beginning, is not pouncing on them. It's not, hi guys, it's not immediately bringing up isogenics, but what it is building that relationship. And we got fantasy football going on. Does anyone have that going on in your house? I had 2 drafts tonight. So it's really building up a relationship. So for an example, when you're out and about and a couple of you talked about meeting people in line or at the grocery store or at the gym or wherever it is, find that common ground and just ask them as simply as, I'd like to continue speaking to you. Are you on Facebook? Yesterday, I met a girl at the restaurant. She was trying to buy juice, and it just wasn't going to happen for her. And then she went very spiritual, and I'm like, I have a daily prayer group. Would you like to get on that? Because I knew she was going to be hesitant. I could just tell, but she's very much into health, both for herself, her dad. I got long stories. And so, end of the story comes down to she doesn't do email, Facebook, or anything. So I had to leave that relationship with knowing her name. She knew my name. We are in the same neighborhood. If it's meant to be, we'll see each other again. But I did bring up isogenics in the sense that I asked her, I'm like, you seem like you really are interested in health and nutrition. And so that's when I got a lot of her story. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I work with isogenics. And she's like, God bless you. That's fantastic. You're changing lives. And so it really, truly was just a relationship that wasn't going to go anywhere except for that relationship. And that's perfectly fine. There are going to be a lot of those situations where that's the case. But if you can make something happen so that that relationship can build and blossom into something else, that's your goal. And especially when you're meeting someone for the first time, make that your goal, not to talk them into doing isogenics or having our nutrition or anything like that. Your goal is to secure a beginning of a relationship that can blossom. Now, sometimes you might be surprised, like in my case with Christina, where it was just immediate. She's like, I'm in, right? But we can't always go that direction. They'll let you know when you can go that direction with them. All right, so let's be clear. Let's go back to page 12 of connecting. and be clear about what do you share, what do you talk about, and let's kind of think Facebook at this point. Guys, you guys know that Facebook is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week tool. So if you are not currently using Facebook to help you build your business, we need to get together and kind of bring you back into this. I'm highly involved in Jim Lupkin's Social Point of View program. And if you really want to learn Facebook, and learn it from the beginning. If you haven't started it yet, he offers a $1 trial period. Get started on that. Use it as quickly as you can because he's got many, many hours, probably like 30 hours worth of homework in there. And so that's going to teach you everything about Facebook, but he's going to teach you how to use it as a business. And the thing with using Facebook as a business, you're already using it for personal reasons. If you can have people fall in love with you, like, trust, and respect you, when they have a need for what you have to offer, they know to contact you. That's your whole goal. Build these relationships, let them know what you have to offer, and then the two of you connect when that need happens. So we got to make sure we're using Facebook, but you have to use it correctly. And there's some certain rules. We have a checklist in Game Changers Business page that has the do's and don'ts of Facebook. There's podcasts on the do's and don'ts. Listen to all of them. They really, truly know what they're saying. Again, you do want to be interesting. You want to create curiosity, but you want to be more interested, always. So you create the curiosity to have them join you. And you're really doing that 80-20% rule, 80% personal, 20% business. That 20% is either going to be little teasers or little power posts or one big power post and a lot of little teasers. So it's not all isogenics. And never, ever, ever show product, all right? I mean, like, I went to a yoga class today. I got a goodie bag, so it's not isogenics. Don't kill me. But, like, I'm not going to post a picture of that, right? I'm going to post a picture of me taking it or doing something with it or, you know, having some fun with it. But I'm not just going to pull up from our website a product and information on the product. We do that in Game Changers Healthy Living so you can learn more about the product. Our customers don't need to learn that, or they don't want to see that. Let's say it that way. They do need to learn. They don't want to see that. In my hiking pictures, I don't know if any of you caught, but I had a picture of Parker eating an isogenics bar. All right, originally it was turned around and it was just black and white. That's not going to do me any good. I need to show my 7-year-old athlete hiking with an isogenics bar. So we just had him turn it around, smile, take a picture with it. That's a promotion of isogenics, using it in our daily lives without being a salesperson. And we're just showing people how to use it and be a part of it. And little teasers like that, people will pay attention to. You give isogenics to your kids? Well, yes, I do. I saw that on Facebook. Fantastic. That's the kind of conversation either they have in their head or with you. All right, creating interest. So creating interest, so many ways to do that. You can do a little journal on Facebook. And hey guys, I just started a brand new nutrition program. Or hey guys, I've been involved with my nutrition program for quite some time now, but I'm going to really take it very seriously. Can I share my journey with you? Right? And then you're going to get comments. Yes, of course, blah, blah. You know, they're going to give you that information. So you ask for their permission, they give you approval. And then you go day one. Day one's going great so far, doing good, woke up, did the program, feel great, have lots of energy, went to the gym. Okay? Day two is going good. I'm a little worried about cleansing tomorrow. Can't eat for a full day. Go ahead and bring out some of the different things that you're worried about or that they might be worried about. Okay, that's a key tip for those of you that don't get worried about anything. If you think that they might have some questions about something like cleansing and not eating, bring it out. Then day three, the day three that you're cleansing, oh my gosh, just did a cleanse day, feel absolutely phenomenal. Can't wait for day 4 to do this again tomorrow. Right? Day 4, can't wait. Oh my gosh, I feel phenomenal. I've never had this most energy. Tell them the good things and some of the bad things, but in a positive way, and tell them what you're doing. That's a great way to spark some activity, have people follow you. You're kind of like a blogger on Facebook, right? Think of yourself as blogging your scenario, your journey, your situation so that they want to pay attention. Before and after pictures, whether they're your story or somebody else's story, people love to see that. Recognition. Everyone loves recognition. How many of you guys get recognition from your daily life of what you do from 9 to 5? Like pretty regularly? All right, yeah, not too many hands. How many of you get recognition from us? Anytime you possibly have something, we're going to throw it out there, right? So throw it out there. Give people recognition, even if it's yourself. It is perfectly fine to give yourself kudos and give someone else kudos for what they're doing, what they're experiencing, and how they do it. Both Game Changers, Healthy Living, and your personal page. When you've got something powerful like that, put it everywhere. You want your team members to see what's going on, and you want all of those voyeurs to watch that and see what's happening, because they are watching, guys, whether they comment or like. There are so many people that are watching what you're doing and what's going on, and they might really want to be a part of it. Share a tool. All right, so as soon as you connect with them, okay, we've connected, right? We found something. We found a mutual connection. We've got to follow that up and send them some kind of tool. We don't want to be the tool. It's so important that we are not the tool, because that's when you verbally vomit. That's when you give way too much information, and then you start to lose them, and they really need a knee shot and they haven't ordered one yet. We need to send them a tool, something that's going to excite them. Let the company sell them. The best way to sell people is to try and not sell them. Send them something so they sell themselves. You've got them excited. So going back to ISA tools, and just today in ISA, in Game Changers Biz, I posted all of the podcasts on ISA tools, so you can really learn how to use that, because that is a huge, powerful tool. Before, after pictures, videos, everybody has their own favorite videos. If you want to put in the chat box some of your favorite videos, your go-tos. We love to always know what your go-to videos are. All right, follow up. All right, follow up. Fortune's in the follow-up. This is where most people fail, and this is the most important thing. We have to follow up. All of you that just spoke about that person that you talked to that you were a little nervous to speak to, did you follow up with them? Raise your hand if you talked to someone and you just shared your story with us like 5 minutes ago on being nervous to speak to someone. You did call them. Did you also follow up with them? Louis, did you follow up with Ken? All right, I followed up with Christina in this case. Damon, you followed up with your football guy. Aaron, you followed up with, what's his name, Joe? I think it's Joe, right? Yep, Joe. Right? Jody, you followed up with Kelly. Did you follow up with Kelly? How did you like the shake? What did you like? Right? We have to follow up. It doesn't just happen. Truly, truly nothing just happens. And we have to do our part. So however you want to keep track of doing that, whether it's on your whiteboard, in your phone, on ISA tools, in your calendars. And by the way, I got to share with you a little bit off the subject, but Trisha Wilkinson's new planner that she's coming out with, she's a good friend of ours. She's in Extremely Happy People. She came up with this binder. It is amazing. I will share different experts out of here for you so you guys can check it out. Great way to keep yourself following up with people. And then experience the culture. So they need to really experience us a lot of times before they say yes. All right, any of you that are a little bit newer to our group, will you either put in the chat box or raise your hand if it was important for you to know the other people involved before you said yes? All right, did you need to know a little bit of the community or someone else before you actually said yes, or maybe before you said yes to actually sharing it with people and here on the business end of everything? A lot of times that's the case. People need to know who they're working with. You bring in the love, trust, and respect, but someone else needs to bring in that validity. And that's important. And that's you. That's the team. That's the group that we have. And you can use our group. You can use START, Primetime, Isogenics, ISA Body Challenge. Any of the Facebook groups we have are going to provide that validity. But that is so important to give them that validity. So as quickly as you can, get them in 1 or 2 groups. It's always good to ask them, who they want to get to know. Do you want to get to know a massive number of people? Do you want to get to know a smaller number of people? You know, kind of give them some choices so that you're giving them their needs, not your needs. It's always their needs. All right, and then spark curiosity in person. So we've got to show. We've got to wear the gear. We've got to sport the stuff. We've got to carry the shaker bottle. We need to wear our t-shirts and hats and everything you possibly can. So, so important. All right. Whew, that's connecting, guys. So the next page, and then we're going to have Louis speak, is page 13, 90-day game plan. If you guys are not using the 90-day game plan, all you need to do is download it and print it out. It's available for you free of charge. If you went to Celebration, it was in your backpack. The next page is who are you going to connect with? And here's a bunch of suggestions of different people to connect with. All right, so take a look at that. Start writing them down. The best way you can really just help yourself never, ever forget who to connect with is always to have a notebook handy. Jot down their names. Take that notebook with you in the car, to work, just at home with you. It should be a staple as part of your body. And always have that. And if you can't remember their name, which is going to happen, write down something about them, their hair color, where you met them, the mutual friend, whatever it is. But that is really, truly how you're going to remember who to think of. Now, a fun little thing that I love to do, if I haven't written down names and I just have like 5-10 minutes to call someone, is I'll get on my phone and I'll just go to my contact list, right? And I'll just, let's see, you can see it. I'll just go like that. No, you can't see the names or anything, but I'll just scroll. And I always say a prayer, just like Annie taught us last time, of who does God want me to reach out to today? Who needs me today? Who am I supposed to be in contact with today? And I'll just scroll my finger, and wherever it lands, that's who I call. Now, good and bad thing about that is it's very, very in tune, right? His messages being sent as to who I need to connect with. The bad thing is there's no organization with it. So you just have to remember to take down those names and numbers of the people you connected with, write them down somewhere so that you can write down the follow-up that you need to do with them and that you connected. And you can go back home and look through your recent call list, and you've got it right there. So you can keep track of it and stay organized. You just have to put forth that effort. All right, guys. I am going to be bringing on Louis Mancha. Oh, well, before we do that, Annie gave you a challenge. I'm going to give you a challenge. So you've got Annie's challenge. My challenge is go ahead in the chat box. There's never a judgment. We never, ever, ever judge in our community. But write down the number of the people you're going to connect with tomorrow. All right, so whatever number that is, these are new people. You also have your follow-ups and you also have your team members, but how many new people are you going to connect with tomorrow? Go ahead and start typing that in. Let's see, tomorrow, well, I'm doing a presentation, so I have quite a few people, but I'm just going to pick the number 3. Great, 3, 5, exactly. So pick your time. Oh, look at you, Annie, 8. Pick your time that you're going to be doing that, and if it's 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at lunch, 5 minutes after work, however it is that you are scheduling this, and just make certain that you do that. Tomorrow night, Game Changers Biz, I will do a post asking if each of you have done it, and I'll do a drawing for all of you that say you did it. All right, if you hit your number, you go in twice. If you did it and you did connect with some people, but it wasn't quite your number, you go in once. All right, so real important that we really work hard on connecting with people, because again, we change their lives. When we change their lives, they change our lives. But we got to know that we do change lives. So with that, we are going to bring it right back over to the man, Louis Mancha. Louis is absolutely amazing. He is that guy that people will stop and listen to. So what I've asked him to speak to you guys about tonight is how he felt about celebration and what he has done with that information he received. Take it away, Louis.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Boy, to be honest with you, I was and still am extremely nervous because I see all the people that are on the call tonight. So I am honored and do thank each and every one of you for taking the time to go through this training and also taking the time to listen to me. And, I'm so very fortunate, so very excited right now. But if I think back just to right before celebration, I kept thinking in my head, do I go or do I not go? Because it's a time investment, it's a money investment. I know I believe in what we do. I've been utilizing the products now for over a year. Have maintained my weight loss for over a year now. And thanks to someone never giving up on me, because it took them a year for me to actually start this, this great company, this great voyage that we're on. So Sasha, thank you for never giving up on me, and that's, believe it or not, that's why I'm here tonight. But that's the thing we all thought of, I believe, is, do I go to celebration? It's so expensive. What am I going to get out of it? That was my first thought. And I'm also very heavily involved with a great friend of mine who's a professional boxer, Raimundo Beltran. Some of you have met him. He believes in isogenics products also. And he had a big fight that same weekend in Los Angeles, and I was going to go to that fight and fly to Vegas the next day. But I thought to myself, for many years, I've been looking for that one thing, that one thing I can believe in, the one thing I can get passionate about. And, folks, I've been searching for years for this, and I've got my daughter sitting here next to me, and my son's on the phone, and they'll attest to that. He's also in this meeting, and, they'll attest that I'm a dreamer, and I've been looking for that one thing that I can believe in, that I don't ever have to be embarrassed about, or act like or feel like I'm selling a product. And so I decided to go to celebration. I wanted to make a commitment to find out, is this what I've been looking for? And I hope that's why you went also, not only to learn information, but, well, I'll tell you, when I got there, I was kind of still skeptical. Man, what am I doing here? A week, 5 days, 4 days is going to be a long time. And is this going to be worth it? Well, I'll tell you what, folks, they're the best choice I've ever made. Okay. There's so many things that happen at celebration I want to share with you, but I picked out a few and have been thinking about a few of them. From being able to spend time with a great teammate, like Stephanie and her husband, and her what she did for me, even though it may not seem like much, but it was the night before, we got all dressed up, and she gave me a little something which I wear pretty much every day. Stephanie, if you remember that, it's called, Tiger's Eye. And it's something that really got to me. And she told me that I had to go find out what it meant. And I'll follow up with that at the end. To spending time with Annie Medina and her son, really helped me as far as understanding how caring people can be, and how other people dream. And I met so many other people there. There's 15,000 people, that got together in one place with a common and specific goal of wanting something better for their lives. And everybody has that dream. I don't care who you are or where you're from. Everybody has a dream of being comfortable, being successful. And it doesn't matter, money isn't success. Success is what you make it, what you feel. To me, this company's already given me success, okay? Just because of the way I feel about myself a year later. I feel so much better health-wise, and I'm still on my voyage, and I'm going to keep on going. I'm never going to stop. So that's another thing that celebration helped me to understand is, when you're looking for that perfect company and that perfect product. Some of the things that I found out by listening and going to classes, that the products that we carry have been proven. No one can question the validity of what we've got. And no one has proven that what we have doesn't work. So to me, that's everything. When you're looking for something, you've been in sales for as long as I have, boy, to have a product that nobody can question and no one can say what you're doing is wrong is unbelievable. That's unheard of in the sales business. And believe me, I've sold cars, I've sold water filters, I've sold ice to Eskimos if it was available. But, it's happened, and I've sold everything. And, and sales are tough, but this isn't sales. This is anything but sales. And the other thing is you have to find a company that has a proven track record and they have leaders that care and do what's right 100% of the time. And, the leadership of this company, everybody from the owners and from the president on down to all the way down to us, I've never ever met anyone that I can't trust or haven't believed in 100% about this company, which is another thing that makes me feel great. So when I'm out there talking to people about what I do and being a product of the product and knowing that it's worked for me, boy, when I get in front of somebody, I can actually sit there with confidence, 110% confidence, and say what I'm doing is right. It feels good, and I just want to help people. And that's what we're out here doing on a daily basis. And it finally took that trip for me to go to Las Vegas and stay there every day and enjoyed every single minute of it, to make me understand that. I found home. This is it. This is where it's at. I've always wanted the opportunity to help people, to make a difference. I've told my kids, when my time on this earth is done and you pat my face with a shovel, I want to know that I left a mark in this world, that I made a difference in somebody's life. And, I've been doing that, and I love what I do now with the company I work with, but I tell you what, I found my calling with this company, because not only that, it's brought, me and my son closer together, me and my daughter, me and my entire family. But when I was in Las Vegas, there's some other things I noticed. I noticed that when I was standing in line and Annie and I were talking about, the discomfort I had in my knee and I could barely walk and I couldn't sleep, that somebody standing in front of us took the time, a perfect stranger who knew me from nowhere, says, what are you doing? And, I told him that I was using the joint cream and also taking the joint pills. And you know what? He says, why don't you try this? Well, this is what helped me. And that's exactly what I did. And a week later, I no longer had to wear a wrap or a brace on my knee anymore. I'm feeling great, back in the gym, working on my legs now. And that person didn't have to do that. So that's another thing that I remembered. Another key takeaway I had from that is heart. A huge heart. What I mean by that is there's a couple that I met there, and they're actually on the call tonight, so they'll know who I'm talking about when I say this quick story. But we were inside the meeting, and we were the Make-A-Wish was going on, and then we making a wish to a young man up there, that was having troubles and challenges in his life, and it was just so extremely touching. But towards the end of that, getting to know this family from the night before, I know that they had some challenges getting to Las Vegas. They gave everything they had to get there, and it really moved me that, they shared that with me, but it touched me deep inside that they were willing to give up everything they had, to take all the money that they had just to have a chance to go to Vegas and build a dream. And that meant everything to me. But what meant even more is when they were asking for everyone to donate to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, to make a difference in somebody else's lives. And I thought that was a great opportunity for us to give back. But what touched me the most is knowing that this couple had given all their money, everything that they saved, just to try to get to Las Vegas, but yet they reached deep in their pockets just to give a little bit more. So that was extremely touching to me, because they want to make a difference. They weren't worried about themselves. They just wanted to help somebody else. And I admire that. So I know what kind of people are in this company. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional right now. But, man, what an opportunity to meet people that are willing to change people's lives, right? So that's another huge thing. So, another takeaway I got from that was, listening to Tony Robbins and all his training. And the one thing that I do on a daily basis, every single morning, is something I so strongly hold on to, is getting in that zone. You've got to do whatever it takes to get in that zone every single day, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to do it. And, it's something I've been able to do every single day when I get up and I go to work. I'm in that zone, being happy, exuberant. It's going to be a great day. You've got to fight for it. No matter what's going on, what's going wrong in your life, you've got to find the zone. You've got to get that zone, because no one is going to believe you. No one's going to follow you if you're not excited, if you're dull and disillusioned and just moping around, people don't want to follow that. They want to follow winners. They want to see people who are excited about what they do. And if you can't tell, I'm excited. I'm passionate about what's going on here because it's making a difference. And it gives me a chance to, get and meet people, like I've done in the past few days since I've been here, the past few weeks. I've met a lot of people, but, I've got a lifelong friend like Daniel who, I dropped those little seeds a little bit. Every time I saw him, he's like, "Oh, you're looking good, man. You're looking good." I said, "Yeah, come give it a shot one day. Come give it a shot." But after I came back from Las Vegas and he saw that difference in me, that glow, that excitement, that leaning forward, I'm going to be a winner. I don't care what it takes. I've got to do this. I've got to do it because my life depends on it. The lives of my children, the lives of my grandchildren, my future depends on this. And that's what I'm fighting for, folks. And I remember that every day, and things are falling into place. People are listening. It even helps in my personal life, in my regular job. I don't know why it works. It just works. The guy is right. Go back and read your notes. Go over that. Listen to it again if you have it recorded. But you've got to fight. Do everything you can to get in that zone, because just in the past month or so since we've been there, I wish I could go back again and do it all over. But even the sales in my restaurant have skyrocketed. And it's because of the excitement, the energy within that. The people are going to follow the leader. And I'm the leader of my company where I work. And I tell you what, it's spreading like wildfire. I'm so excited to be building this business. Ken Ball, who just came on board, I told him and I told his great wife, we sat down at dinner the other day, and I think they saw the excitement. And I said, there's only one challenge here, Ken. I said, there's one problem. It's not really a problem, but that's why I told him it's a problem. I said, once you get started with me, you're stuck with me forever. You're stuck with me forever, and we're going to win, and we're going to travel the world, and we're going to, it's going to be exciting times, And then his son saw how excited I was at work. "Hey, man, I just talked to your dad. He's in business." He goes, I'm next. And tomorrow we're going to the gym together. He's going to give my trainer. Boy, I tell you guys, it's just unbelievable what's going on. Just the look in people's eyes now that I'm talking to, because everyone has a dream. Everybody's got a goal. You just got to show them how to get there. Folks, they're looking for answers. Everybody's looking for answers. Don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed of the company you represent. The facts are there. The product is proven. The company is proven. There is no questions about it. And that's the last thing I'll wrap this up with is, Tony Robbins said that he normally doesn't do training for companies like ours. But the reason he did that is because 80% of the people in the world that use our products don't make any money from our company. They're not involved in our company as far as sales are concerned. Okay? They're not involved with that. That meant a lot to me. Only 15, or I think he said 85%, as a matter of fact. So only 15% of the people that use the products are involved with the company. And for somebody like Tony Robbins that has about 6 companies or more that or 11 companies that'll do $6 billion in sales this year, to say, you know what, you guys are proven. Well, you know what, you guys, you have no excuses anymore, none, because one of the most successful people in the entire world that says you guys are right, you're it. Now go for it. And that's what I'm saying. Take whatever passion's inside you. Take it. Hold on to it. Find somebody that's going to support you, like I do with my kids, like I've done with Ken and my son. I go work out every Tuesday with. I drive 2.5 hours round trip just to spend 45 minutes with my son. And to me, that's success. That's success, to be able to do that. Those are memories that are going to be made that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. So I'm asking you guys, fight for what your passion is, okay? Go for it. Don't stop. Don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is not right, because it is. And take a look at who's trying to bring you down. If they're not successful, what are you doing listening to them? Listen to our leadership. Stephanie Beebe, Tiger's Eye of the Tiger. It's time to go. It's time to build. Let's get after it. Folks, we'll see you at the top. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. I love all of you. Thank you.
Go, Louis.
Right? Pretty crazy, right? Louis can set a room of Eskimos on fire as they're sitting on igloos, ice. He
Good
knows
job,
how to
Bob.
rock the room.
Good job, man.
Louis, go ahead and just look at all the smiles as you take that in for a second. I also took pictures of the comments as they were being poured out to you. But just kind of look around. You've got a lot of smiles. You've influenced a lot of people tonight. You are one of those ones that can light up people because of your passion and what you give. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Bob.
So I'm going to end it tonight, which he already did, but we're just going to end it just a little bit on what Louis did. And God honors big dreams because big dreams honor God, by Mark Batterson. So take Louis's words, take his excitement, take his passion, and just go out there and connect and share with people today and tonight and tomorrow and every single day. And with that, all of you have a very blessed night tonight.
Night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
Love you guys.